Louisiana Beer Reviews Special Edition, Foster's Premium Ale Revisited. Well, it's been almost 3 years since I had this ale. Ale with caramel color added. They have to qualify that because all the other Miller beers are made without any additives or preservatives, and they make that statement clear. So this one isn't, so they let you know that. 25.4 ounces. It's brewed in Atlanta, Georgia, and Fort Worth, Texas. Union made. Was introduced around 2001, I believe that's when it was. They used to give more history of it on the Miller website. They say that, well, they used to say that it was originally called Foster's Special Bitter. And that's true. And they changed the label. Now it's Foster's Premium Ale. I don't know why they changed it. Maybe it wasn't selling so well because people didn't buy it. They thought it would be bitter. And so they changed it. And I see it's very common these days, so it must be selling quite well. Gets a poor score on Beer Advocate, no shock. A 10 out of 100 on Rate Beer, and a 4 out of 100 for the style. English Pale Ale, or one of the other sites says Special Bitter. Anyway, these cans, you know, these big cans, they don't love to do anything. They're a can, but you know what I mean. They tend to overflow everywhere. And I found out the reason is because they fill them to the tippity top. See what it's doing? And when they fill them to the tip top like that, it runs over, and then you lose some of the, you're really getting 25 ounces because it's, the 0.4 is running out. Well, it's a thick off-white head and a clear, bubbly. It's about 63 degrees out here, by the way. It's not windy, though. The sun is hidden behind those clouds. It's golden appearance, but that's because it's got the caramel color added. Apparently, that's another sort of a not so well hidden secret of the craft beer world, that they do a lot of caramel color added. You can see the bubble streams. Anyway, let's go with the aroma. Well, the aroma is just like a standard, like one of these standard American pale ales, like Ballantine, or I think it's Ballantine it's pronounced, but Ballantine and or Lord Chesterfield ale, they have that kind of aroma. Grain, a little spice to it, I guess, from the hops. You know, nothing too spectacular in the aroma, but on the other hand, nothing bad. Let's go with the flavor. Yeah. It's sort of a rich, full flavor. It's very sweet and bready. Here comes the sun for a little bit. Sweet and bready, and there's a pretty decent and rather noticeable hop bitterness coming around the bend. And I would think the IBU is probably around 18, no more than 20. There's a definite corn undertaste. They don't list the ingredients, so I suspect it is made with corn. I'm really picking that up. That the Miller House adjunct is the yellow corn grits. The mouthfeel is I think that was Sheila going by. The mouthfeel is pretty light and watery, but it's more like between light and medium. It's not super watery. It's on the lighter side. The finish is semi-dry. It's pretty refreshing because I haven't had anything all day. I was at work. And I would say the drinkability is very good. 5.5% alcohol. You better watch out because it can sneak up on you there with that ABV. And like Dave Coulter always will remark in his videos, beer reviewing with with Dave, he'll point that out. Like he'll say, it's very drinkable, and therein lies the danger. He'll say, my friends, because you could be drinking it, and it'll sneak up on you, much like the Fuller's Vintage Ale did to me. But of course, that was much stronger than this. But his point is that don't get out and drink, don't get out and try to drive anywhere. And he's right. I'm not going anywhere else tonight. So I'm going to drink about 13 ounces now, and then later this evening I'll drink the other 12. People are saying, show us relics, show us relics. Okay, I have a bunch of old relics that I usually buy at flea markets, or like, if you go to the French Quarter in New Orleans, they have a lot of relics. Places that sell things like cones, that they sell lots of old guns and swords, and they sell a lot of memorabilia, if you want to call it that, from different wars. This is from the Second World War. I believe this is an airman's pin. It went on the German caps, I think. It's got two different types of leaves on either side, and it's got the eagle dive bombing, holding lightning bolts, and then you have the National Socialist emblem at the bottom. But I can't remember where I got this. I know the little collector card I bought at the flea market. That was with Hindenburg, President Hindenburg in it, and the other guy riding with him. And man, if I could have bought the whole set, but at the time, $25, and I didn't have a lot of money, so I paid $1 and got one. This thing, I think it's pewter. I don't know if that's pewter, but whatever the case, the little point on the end broke off, so it wouldn't really stick in. It's dull at the, it's like blunt at the bottom. But you see the back side, it's got the little pin that unhooks, and then you could slide it in. I guess I could be sharp enough. Not that I would be caring to wear it, unless I was in a World War II movie, I guess. But it is kind of cool, and it's got one of the wings wrapped behind the laurel, so it's kind of neat. I have a few more World War II relics, and I'll show you some other war collector items. Anyway, this beer is good, not great, good, typical Miller corn flavor. I saw certain people talking about Miller Fortune saying corn, 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 corn. Yes, that is most certainly a Miller character. Doesn't mean it's bad, it's just what they do. And that's the case with this. So I'll give it a B+. I mean, I think it's very good for what it is, a mass-produced common ale. Nothing to get too excited about. But on the other hand, nothing to get too worked up about in the negatives. So, if you want something inexpensive, you can find these sometimes 2 for $3, $1.50 a can. It's worth checking out. So, Laissez Le Bon Temps Roulé. This is an acceptably good beer. Foster's Premium Ale. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.